Saturday Night Racing League Cup Series. What a finish!
Too little, too late from behind, and Sebastian Marin, your first repeat top split winner of the qualifying series.
We knew it was just a matter of time. Hunter Sr. is victorious.
Josh Adams taking the win at Iowa.
GC Spider Motorsports takes home the 1-2-3 finish.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, to another presentation of the Mystic Racing League for the Friday night running, the Slim Chickens Cup Series, here on VSPEED from the Magic Mile in Loudon, New Hampshire. I'm your host and producer, Morgan Cook, alongside James Newton for the second week in a row, with cameras provided by the great Dougie Beard. And James, here tonight in New Hampshire, flat track. You saw it last night on Green Flag TV. What do you think of this facility?
I think it's fantastic, and I also appreciate VSPEED letting me use my key card again and unlock the door to the comms booth, so I'm glad to be sat here. And again, very flat. Obviously here, a little bit of progressive banking, 2 to 7 degrees in the turns, and just about nothing on the back straight. And obviously symmetrical there for the New Hampshire Magic Mile, as they call it. A little bit over 1 mile, but it's just about a mile. And we've seen a lot of different lines, especially last night. You mentioned with the Caswell Glass Company Series for the Mystic Racing League. We saw some fantastic racing. It seemed like it took forever for people to get around each other, and took upwards of 4 and 5 laps at some times here. But definitely going to be an interesting one here. Obviously running the Cup cars tonight for Slim Chickens, and can't wait to get this one underway.
Yeah, Frontline Fire Protection 201 from New Hampshire Motor Speedway is on tap tonight. And you are absolutely correct about the different racing lines. We're going to see some really interesting racing all night long. There are many grooves to use here. Really, that's actually not true. There's one groove you can use consistently, but you can manipulate it in 3 or 4 different ways, which makes racing here incredibly unique. Drivers have already qualified. We'll get down to their cars in mere moments, but for now, let's look at your schedule. Next week, New Hampshire. Sorry, how about next week, Nashville. Chicago Street, Iowa, as we're getting through the season fairly quickly. Now let's get down trackside, see where your favorite driver will start tonight. All right. Here we are for your grid. Starting on pole, Ashton Crowder in the 44, alongside River Hayes in the 81. Then it'll be Braxton DeWeese in the 14. Christian Barnes will start 4th in the 27. In 5th, Anthony Marino Jr. in the 48, with Ryan J. Rose starting in 6th with the 15 car. 7th for Rashawn Winkfield in the 35. Gavin Hinson starts at his outside in the 39. And 8th, your top 10, Isaac Wilson and Ricky Paz.
11th is McCoy Benke, alongside Clayton Good in 12th position in the 91 machine. 13th belongs to Indy Kirchenbauer in the 5. Jack Fiffner in the double 5 in 14th. Drivers here now setting over 30-second lap times. John Ullman in the 34 lines up 15th. 16th is Reggie Kime. 17th, Caleb Hunt alongside the 47 of David Moyer in 18th. Rounding out the top 20 is Skylar Dixon in the 89. The 88 of Jacob Cochran alongside.
21st with Jared Knopfsnyder in the 82. 22nd for Corey Powell in the 92 machine. 23rd for Zach White. 24th for Landon Kelly. Last driver on the grid is Joshua Gillen in the 10. Drivers now pacing the magic mile. Let's have a look at your race analysis. 201 laps. They like to do things a little different here in New Hampshire. Makeup schedule distance 35 miles an hour is the pit road speed. 4 tire sets tonight, which is 1 more than last night's race. The fuel, though, is about the same at 38 to 42 laps. The stages will be at 40 and 110. You will have to pit at least once in that middle stage. iRacing fixed setup as we've seen for most of the season. Final keys to the race is we have 1 to green being shown by Barney the Flagman. James?
Final keys to the race there is going to be the fact that we have a 40-lap stage 1, and you're going to definitely want to be on the 42-lap side of that 38 to 42. Definitely don't want to be on the 39 and under, as drivers are going to be jockeying for position. They're going to be about as bunched up as they could possibly be coming to the start. Crowder on the pole, and some seriously quick drivers throughout the field. I think this is going to be an interesting one. I'm also interested in if that last mile, that 201, is going to be the big factor here as they come around into turn 3.
I'm not sure if the final mile in a New Hampshire race has ever been the reason for victory. But tonight could be the first time. Who knows? Either way, pace car off the racetrack. Crowder, Hayes on the front row, and we're racing in New Hampshire. Already 3 wide on corner number 1. Two by two, a little further back in the field. The front few have single filed themselves out. Hinson under fire. So almost have 3 wide offset now for the top spot, or for second, I should say. Behind the top spot, who is River Hayes, who's gotten away to a little bit of a gap in front of Christian Barnes. Marino Jr. now follows through to third. Then it's Crowder in fourth. In a mess behind them.
2 wide, solidly through the field there. The driver's looking for a little bit of breathing room. We're trying to take the breathing room away, as we see here, trying to take it away on the inside here for Crowder, who I'm expecting to be jumping straight down underneath the apron. And there's a little bit of left front hooking it around, driving it up a little higher through the mid corner. A little bit past the door here as we see now.
48 got a
Marino
run
there
on the 27. Thought he was going to make a move to the inside. Elected not to. Ran all the way down on the apron there. Not a line you're going to see drivers really want to run tonight. That lower lane, it is well documented, much less banking than the rest of the racetrack. Right where that first dotted line is, there's a big, at least 2 to 3 banking difference that will completely change how your car drives. See if Winkfield gets on. You can see he's straddling it right there. You'll watch the camera kind of tilt a little bit right there as he crosses over that seam. Helps the car rotate.
as long as you want it to rotate.
Yeah, you bet. And you do here. You get usually pretty tight this racetrack. Still some pretty good racing around this facility. So we get a good shot of the inside wall. Apologies for that, ladies and gentlemen.
Hopefully we are the only two who see it here, Morgan.
Yeah, true that. True
That's
that.
the only good view we get of that all evening, as we now see Hinson
Trying to work around Kirkenbauer.
just on the edge of the top 10 there, coming under fire from Kirkenbauer.
From the numberless
that top line
VRL
working
machine.
well.
Yeah. It will here. It's really easy on the outside to make the pass work, as long as you can get the drive off the corner. That's where the momentum really comes from. If you can't get the drive off, the bottom lane will just hound you and hound you and hound you. But we got Barnes going for the lead and Marino Jr. right on the tailpipes.
And Marino now well with the top pair. Guess now I could call the top trio, is again trying to shorten that corner. Hayes trying to get down low. And
Loose
Marino
moment for Marino. Car's going to slide. Great save for the 4.8.
Great save. All sorts of elbows up and down there.
Yeah, elbows,
And where are they
knees,
now?
ankles, everything. Everything was up. Everything was flailing, trying to get that thing saved. Great job. Not many drivers would have kept that thing from hitting something. Hunt and Cochran. As Pfiffner now leaves pit road. Pfiffner electing to start from the pits. Will go 7 laps down. Just trying to get the field a head start. Back there in the 55. Few drivers making debuts tonight. As far as I can tell, Braxton DeWeese is one of them in the 14.
Yeah, Deweese, a truck series driver in another series. Won a couple of nights ago in quite dominant fashion, it must be said, at Five Flags. Some much shorter short track racing.
About half the length of this one.
Yes, that's right, about half the length.
I believe Ryan Rose is also making an MRL debut tonight in the 15. One of the many drivers the 15 has seen this year, but either way, good to have you.
And both running in the top 4.
Pretty good.
Third and fourth at the moment. This is looking quite promising in the early stages of their MRL debut. And of course, this race in general, as we see now Crowder trying to have a look down the inside, and again, staying off of, basically going completely below the apron there, a little bit of left side on exit, and trying to get this done, or at least try to get this worked, and now goes way down on the apron and then slides it up.
The other driver making a debut tonight, don't want to miss, is Indy Kirkenbauer. If the name is any indication, probably pretty good on flat tracks, as Indianapolis, of course, is one. On the 9th right now, pretty solid run so far for the numberless votive machine.
tried to go to the depth of
Oh,
my
Rose
racing
up
knowledge.
out of the
Oh,
groove. Crowder getting worked over by Deweese.
Looking like it's settling down here at the moment. Again, as we spoke about earlier and off air as well, all the different lines drivers are using have that wide entry. Forget about the inside, if you will, of turn 1, and then just trying to shorten turn 2. The opposite there for River Hayes. They're going extremely early into the corner. And it's going to pay for that with not as much exit speed potentially as the 14. Of course, this duel will continue. Again, the 14 now very wide on entry and potentially quite shallow on exit.
And Marino Jr. still back here in 15th after that big slide from 3rd. Not the first time we've seen the 48 lead laps early, get shuffled back, and end up having to fight through the field. This happened at Pocono as well, leading laps. I think hit the wall, something like that. Ended up falling back a good number of spots at the fight back all night. Not able to capitalize on that one.
Yeah, it does really change the way that you... I mean, it obviously it adjusts your strategy as well, right? You've got more drivers to worry about. You've got potentially smaller gaps coming in and out of the pits in terms of where you kind of emerge. Even if you got fresh tires, trying to get around some other drivers, potentially working a undercut, trying to get some clean air over the nose as well. It's also so important here at a track like New Hampshire that is so relatively flat.
I think we just saw the 91. Someone almost got put in the fence back here. Have one more time and look at this. I think it was the 95 to the inside of the 91, if I'm not mistaken, but that was very close. See it here. Contact up off the corner. I think somebody had to bail. Almost got the wall. That was close.
Had to make a decision there on the outside. Obviously, they have the position, but if the car comes, what is it called? Dead right. You know, it's like I had the right, but at the same time, you know, there's a stop sign and a big old Mack truck's coming. It's like, well, they should stop, but I'm just going to get out of the way anyway.
Right.
Just in case. Speaking of coming through there.
Here comes Hinton.
Kirkenbauer again.
Trying to make a move. Not quite going to get the momentum to do it. Up front, not missing much. Barnes, Hayes, and Deweese are your top 3. Crowder about to make it a quartet up at the front. I want to shout out a driver real quick before we get to some battling for the lead. David Moyer got his first MRL win in the ARCA series the last couple weeks. I want to give a big shout out. Congratulations, David Moyer, for getting that win done. Trying a long time to get a win in a league like MRL, and he got one, so I want to shout him out for it.
What a big moment that is. First win.
There's really nothing like
again,
it.
Especially, yeah, it really is. Well, I speak like I've won an MRL race there. Of course, I have not. But obviously, you're coming into a league, especially a league that this large, and all the talent, all the really cool people involved, and you really just want to do well. And I think one of the questions is, do I belong? And some drivers get that answered. And again, all these different lines here, super low down there for Hayes. Barnes kind of in the middle.
Barnes got the wall too.
Of the road.
So does Wingfield behind him.
A little bit of knocking on the, and here comes Hayes again.
Oh,
Relentless
contact!
Here. Oh,
Almost. Oh, he got the good drive off the corner though. He scared Barnes. I mean, this
Barnes
is...
led a ton of laps earlier on in the Caswell Glass Company race.
Look at
here
this,
in New
4 different
Hampshire.
lines for the front 4.
Yeah.
And Hayes making that very bottom really work. Here comes DeWeese. He's down below the apron as we pass by a flock of seagulls. You don't usually get high enough up to see the seagulls here, but it's a rare case of it.
I hope they don't take any interest to our drone.
They don't.
We've got in the sky. I think we'll be okay.
Hayes got the job done. Now battle's on for second. Barnes and DeWeese. DeWeese trying to get it done here. Here comes Crowder. Battle further back too. Rose following back. Wilson marching to the front.
The 93 has been a pretty solid top 10 contender
All
for a
season.
majority of the season.
Points lead at one point in time. Three wide almost. It is 3 wide. This is for 10th. Dixon, Kirkenbauer, and Cochran. 2 of those drivers are tied for biggest mover of the day. Dixon and Cochran both up 8. As long as they don't pass anybody, then they're still up 8. Now Cochran will be the biggest mover, up 9. But again, you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, it all does shuffle. All these little smaller, I say smaller battles, all of these different battles throughout the field. And again, another kind of race as well. You know, obviously, you know, getting your first win. Oh, and that's
big
3
hit
cars
for
in the wall
DeWeese.
there.
Oh, he nailed the wall. That's a big hit.
So like the front hit, then the back hit, and the front kind of came around again as Barnes getting real again with the 44. There is, and that's a super shallow line into 1. 27 almost has nowhere to go. Again, the 44 leaving just about a cup car's width on the outside and almost nothing more. And Hayes still with that low line.
What's interesting about Crowder and the
Crowder
lines he's
mainly.
running is he ran obviously that very shallow turn 1, right? Like way down below the apron. But then turn 3 and 4, he ran way up high up against the outside wall. And now he just crossed over the nose of the 27. But I mean, he's got so much speed wherever he wants to run. The field's going to have to figure out how to slow down the 44. It's going to be a repeat of last night. Not that it was an easy win last night, but still, I mean, once everything cycled out at the end of the race, he was still able to get that job done.
Yeah, it definitely had some moments where it might look like a big drive through the field for the 44. As again, just not sacrificing, but trying to open up that entry. And then
There's
it's
the
that
driver.
brutal exit. So we pick up, having a look here. I'm going to say on board, but kind of inboard. I'm not sure how to put that there. Having a look here live at Crowder, trying to keep that handful of a 44. And again, speed down into the corner as Hayes prefers low. Crowder prefers low, and they are side by side for the lead here.
And for those of you who are
drive off the
keen
corner again.
Mystic Racing League watchers, remember these 2 race side by side back at Gateway, just like this for about 10 laps. Crowder's going to get the job done here, sails it off into 3. Should get the run off the corner as well. Hayes back to the inside, crossover. Drag race, Crowder will get the spot at the line, working lap traffic. Now they both go down to below the apron. Hayes trying to learn, go to school here, and apply it for later. White's going to hurt the exit of the 81. Great racing here already in New Hampshire. Almost to the stage too, lap 40. When we throw the green and white checker.
Yeah, coming up to it here. And of course, we saw Crowder getting out of the corner. Well, actually, here comes Hayes. I don't think that's going to be near the 44 on the entry to 3. So we pick up again.
These two still won't go away.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. 89 really overdrove the center. Rickenbauer decided not to, and they're still going to be side by side on the exit. Give Dixon the spot, at least for the moment. Back to DeWeese. And Barnes will continue to fight behind the leader. This is for third. Drivers really flirting with below the apron. In fact, they're more than flirting. They're definitely hitting on that that below the line area of the racetrack.
Yeah, absolutely. Just
they're making
describing the way they're approaching
Christmas
that.
plans down there below the
There we
apron.
go. Might be introducing the apron to somebody.
Yeah,
no,
to the parents. To the parents.
That's
They're
right.
meeting. Hinson and Rose.
Hinson.
It's for 7th. Hinson's going to get that spot away. Cochran up inside the top 10. Up 11. Landon Kelly's moved up 9 positions as well. Starting 24th, which is almost shotgun on the field. Didn't get a lap time down. Up to the 15th position in his 95. You've seen this driver be very fast on 1.5 miles this year. Haven't seen him a lot, but when he's been here, been a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah, really enjoys it here. Now, not enjoying it is the Domino's 27 there. This is Winkfield. Trying to have a look down the inside, or basically off the exit of 2.
What a great pairing, though. Domino's car, Coca-Cola car. I mean, can you really ask for much more? Pizza and a nice soda drink. Oh, they're going to drive up into each other up off the corner. 27, same story as last night. Not a good long run by any stretch. The only reason he got up front last night was 2 tire strategies and a bunch of short runs. So probably hoping for the same thing here tonight, because that car just went backwards. He's lost 4 spots on this run.
Yeah, has the 1 lap pace, but currently not going the direction that they want.
The exact opposite is his teammate, Gavin Hinson, team owner as well in the 39. This car is moving. How about the 88 as well? Still gaining spots. Might get a couple more here as well. Oh, 15 of Rose cut all these guys a huge break. Not sure if you caught that, James. 15 stomped on the brake pedal on the exit. Could have run over Cochran. Chose not to. His heads up driving.
Trying to make it to the end of the race with the healthiest Cup car that they can. And again, all those decisions culminate in your options later on. Obviously, the cement is still quite wet here, although it's about to dry on the stage proper, as we see here. White involved with some other drivers here. Again, this is
battle for 11th right now. Kirkenbauer, Dixon, Marino for 11th. Oh my goodness, Marino. That car's got to be hurting after that one. As Crowder has just under 1 lap to go for claiming the first stage.
Looked like classic Crowder here. Kind of hung back a little bit. Stayed again within the threshold. Top 4 or so. Pulled the pin a little bit later. And just came on through with some heads-up driving.
He will get stage number 1 over Hayes, DeWeese, Winkfield, Barnes, Hinson, Cochran, Wilson, Rose, and Paz. Although, battle back here not quite finished yet. Wilson did hang on over Rose. Your stage 1 winner, Ashton Crowder.
Some fantastic battles here, Morgan.
Has been great so far.
Yeah, it's been. We've seen a couple of door bangs. We've seen a couple of moments where drivers get on the outside trying to get that good exit, trying to get it next to the wall, and little bit more than next to the wall. Saw an excellent save that could have been horrendous. Almost taking that chicane there. You can see at the bottom of your screen was the 48 of Marino, able to fight another day, or another stage, if you will.
It's also nice to see drivers cutting drivers' brakes. Saw that with the 15 at the end of that run. We saw that a couple times with drivers just being patient with each other, taking care of each other. It's a long race. You know, we're only 40 laps into a 200-lap race. There's no need to be out here wiping drivers out. And I think the biggest good news of all, green, wire to wire in that stage. No cautions.
Yeah. Definitely. As we spoke about the 27 and a couple of other drivers there, looking for that that long run pace, basically. Taking care of the tires and kind of doing what they need to do, try to settle into that rhythm. And again, we saw with
to our stage winner, Ashton Crowder, Morgan and James up in the booth. You got a copy?
I do. How you doing?
We are doing well. Different cast and crew you're hanging out with this week. How's open voice chat treating you?
Oh wow. Yeah, no, it's treating us well. You know, no friends anymore. They all got suspended. So we're just on our own, and we're having some fun. We got Cochran in there, and we got oh my gosh, I'm horrible with names. Can you help me?
Menke, Shobe, and Holston.
Yes.
That's Adam, Andrew, and McCoy.
That's right. That's right. I couldn't think of Benke.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot about shoes. That's fine.
Oh, my
All
mistake.
Right, anyways,
my mistake.
no, that
That's
was on me. That was on me. I was locked in. Anyways, I didn't take tires here because I wanted to save a set. So this is actually a blessing. So the Lord works in mysterious ways, and this is saying, get your butt to the back.
All right. Well, how are you going to get through the field here? Last question before I let you go.
Not going to this run, but hopefully the second run we will. And it'll just be a lot of tire saving and doing the same thing.
Well, best of luck.
We'll
Good luck, Ash. See you later.
All right, thank you. See you.
Again, I want to apologize to Ashton Crowder Nation for taking him out of the choose opportunity there. That was my mistake.
He's over there on the mic going, and then Morgan said this, and I missed the thing. Nice.
And we're going green here right now. It's Barnes and DeWeese on the front row, and away we go. DeWeese going to try and make quick work of Barnes. Remember, the long run, not the 27's friend. Short run, on the other hand, very quick. This is a much longer run this time around. Oh, there's a big wreck behind him. The 89 is in the outside wall. Dixon got turned in a big way.
Car's got all the body work on it, and I can't quite tell yet why it has it. Glad to see, but there's got to be something going on here. So again, we're basically 3 wide. Marino on the inside.
Oh, he had to check up. Didn't expect Wilson to brake so hard for the corner. Oh, there goes Kime as well. That was a Gymkhana move. That was very close to the front bumper of the 89. My goodness. Either way, 93 checked up. 89 hit the brake pedal, too much rear brake, and it went around. Could have been a lot worse. I think that car's okay somehow.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I could have sworn I saw a whole bunch of junk going off the front of it there, but we'll have to see if it's handling decently. By the way, I'll go ahead and burn my my pun card here in the booth.
Okay.
Gymkhana.
Is that what it is?
It is Gymkhana, but it was Reggie Kime. So
I know what you did there. Just wanted to hear you explain it for the viewers at home. That's what it was.
Oh gosh. You know what? That's fair. That's fair. It's Reggie Kime's last name mixed with Gymkhana, which I hope I'm saying correctly.
I think we got it right. I think so. But for anyone in the chat who knows better than we do, which is probably all of you, let us know. Let us know what's going on.
We appreciate it.
But like I've said before, and we'll say many times again, if it's said on the broadcast, it must be true. I think we're coming to
see what the
choose
chat
here.
thinks about that.
Are we choosing? Yes, but we are keeping it close to the vest. Drivers choosing left and right. Everybody picks their lanes where they want to be on the restart. One thing I appreciate about these shorter racetracks are short pace laps. Not like Montreal. Hey, James?
Oh, yes. We. It can definitely be.
Not like a 3-minute long pace lap.
Yeah, it can be a slog just to get around, of course. And here we're gonna get rocking and rolling, gonna get this wound up and get her back under green.
DeWeese, Barnes on the front row, Wickfield and Hayes, Hinson and Rose, your top 3 rows. That was not intentional, but it just worked out that way. DeWeese, what a massive jump. Oh my goodness. Wickfield will clear on by. Barnes will slide back a spot. Massive scrap behind him. Bunch of cars in this mix. Kelly and Marino trying to fit through the middle here. He will shoot the middle. 48 looking like the 18 of old out here. Barnes continuing to fall spots. Now falls back to Hayes. Barnes on 2 tires, trying to do what he did last night. Will not work this time. Rose will be the next driver to catch the 27. Oh, contact! Rose, holy cow. Heads up driving by all those guys.
Wilson trying to get away with that there.
Kelly caught the wall. Oh, we're bumper cars into the corner.
95 getting really caught up behind the Domino's 27 there. And really costing him.
Yeah, Barnes holding the anchor out right now.
Yeah, definitely. Almost 3 spots there for the 95 just because they couldn't go anywhere else.
I think the problem with the 2-tire call with this car here is that unlike the car last night where the right side tires wear significantly, all 4 tires wear in different patterns here in this car. So you might need left sides to make it turn better, not right sides or whatever the case is. As how about Marino Jr.? Remember, this car was spun around almost on the backstretch. Fell all the way back to 15th. Now back to 3rd. What a drive for the 48.
Yeah, definitely some tenacity and trying to break away as Hinson and Wilson continue. Hinson's still looking quite strong, but the 93 has found the 39. Kirkenbauer trying to go with them, but yeah, Marino also trying to knock the wall down out of 2 earlier on as well.
He did hit it pretty good.
Yeah. Eventful to say the least.
You're right about that. Kirkenbauer's having a good run. Up in 5th at the moment. Landon Kelly putting together a pretty solid day in 95. Ricky Paz, haven't mentioned him yet today. He's running 10th. Love to see that for the vote of 99. How about John Ullman? Making some hay. Running 11th in the 34. And McCoy Benke up there with Crowder. Hanging out in open voice chat. The 29 with the smallest numbers in the field, as you can see on the side of his car. Running in 12th.
Almost gave me kind of an optical illusion there. Trying to see, it's the 2. No, it's the 29. You just gotta give it a second squint there. Gotta go get my readers or something here.
Yeah, a little double take action on the 29.
Yeah, that's right. I'm pushing 30 years old here, so
yeah, I feel you there.
Might need to. Decent scrap here. Wilson trying to get back on terms with Marino after Kirkenbauer coming through.
You really have to squint to see the
Another
number
wall strike.
on the 5 here.
I think it's the Roman numeral.
Is it? Is that what they're going for?
On the hood, maybe.
No, I got it. Again, I got it. I don't know if that's what they're going for. I feel like they just forgot to stamp it on the side.
Makes me think of a Fortnite V-Buck. That was my initial look there.
Battle for 7th. Remember, Hinson had a lot of speed on the long run. During the last one there, this is an even longer run. We're going to go 70 between the end of stage 1 and the beginning. Sorry, end of stage 1 and the end of stage 2 will be 70 laps, give or take the pace laps, of course. As Winkfield all over Braxton DeWeese.
Top 4 have paired up. Kirkenbauer well over second clear of Wilson. And Marino's got about 1.5 seconds or so. Actually, it's probably about 2 seconds on the nose there. Up to these two. These goes high here, trying to get away from Winkfield on the exit.
Battle rages on for the lead. DeWeese trying to hold off Winkfield. Hard charger in the 35. He's going to get clear. Down into 3. Drive it in real deep. Slide up the racetrack. Yes, he got him. Can DeWeese get back on the exit? Doesn't try to. Will ride in line. New leader, Rayshawn Winkfield in the 35.
Curious to see if...
I'll tell you what I'm seeing here, James, before I sort of cut you off there, was I'm seeing a couple different agendas. We mentioned, or we heard earlier from Ashton Crowder, who is running back in 17th, tire savings the 44 is going for. Up front, Winkfield, DeWeese, Kirkenbauer, Marino, no tire saving whatsoever. These guys are all going hard as Knopfschneider has just spun it around, and that will kill the tire saving because we got a caution out. Never mind. Put a pin in it. Pop the balloon.
See how we got to this point here. So we are right behind.
We were
this is
right
18th,
there.
I believe.
Isn't that something? Did he get help? No. No, all by himself. Spun it out, turned back into the wall, and I don't know how Pfiffner didn't get into him, but Pfiffner got away clean out of that one.
Yeah, worked out there for the 55.
Pretty good damage on the 82, though. That is not going to work out for him as we work laps in the 60s. Remember, only 4 tire sets today. A lot of these drivers already burned a set on the first stop, so we're going to be down to 2 tire sets over the next 140 laps. That math isn't mathing very good to me.
Very rubber heavy on the front.
As Crowder's going to go back and get the lead now. Almost. A few drivers stay out as well.
The 15 and 29, I believe. Yes.
14, 15, 29. DeWeese stayed out as well. Realizing it's just way too early to be taking tires. Second set, I should say, anyway. Zach White also stayed out. Oh, Mr. King, you don't have to explain to me tire strategy. I'm all over it. I'm all over the tire strategy. Appreciate it, though. Keeping chat informed. Love to see it. Thank you, Mr. King. Zach White, black flag, entering pit road after the lap he was supposed to. That will put him to the tail end of the longest line. And he missed the pit stall as well. Little insult to injury. Just make a wound and then just pour salt in it. That's what this 77 just did. Skylar Dixon also in the same boat, although I think this one was for speeding. Salt, meet wound. Wound, salt. Enjoy. I'm a simple man. I'm a simple man, James.
Salt of the earth. I don't know where I'm going with this now.
No, we've lost the plot. We've lost the plot. All right, Deweese and Ryan Rose, a couple of newcomers to the series, will lead us off. Here we go into the restart zone. Green flags are waving. Deweese on the pedal. He's going to get the jump over Rose, slide up to the top side, get the preferred line. Rose will make it to second. McCoy Benke, short track driver, running third. Final driver on the older tires. Here comes Crowder, Marino, Winkfield. See if Marino and Winkfield and Kirkenbauer go for the tire save or go for the all-out sprint here to end off, hopefully end off, stage number 2. About 45 laps left.
Blue to the 48 here, trying to see what the inside line looks like off this restart. The answer is not great at the moment. Again, we see the 44 back off a little bit. So still the same game plan, it looks like. And as you mentioned there, over 40 laps to go in the stage.
Long way to go.
Yeah, long way to go. So the 44 kind of tucking back in, but most likely won't be losing sight. Here, Kirkenbauer trying to work something loose here on the back of Winkfield for fourth.
Going to sail it off into the corner. Does it stick? It did for a minute, but I think he's going to have company on the exit crossover. No. Kirkenbauer gets fourth place, away from Winkfield. Now be the first driver on the fresh tires. McCoy Benke is next. Driving the 2, the 9, the 2.9. I don't know, man. Hard to tell.
I really like the 2.9. It's not the 29. It's the 2.9.
The 2.9. We had a good conversation earlier about what if you made a paint scheme. I don't know. Maybe Race Control can chime in here if this would be legal. If you made a car that it was just the number stamped over and over again, you know, like a mosaic of 29. If that would be legal or not on the race car, I'm not sure. But I think that'd be an interesting paint scheme to try. Maybe someone can fire one of those up. Looking at one of you paint designers out there. Cochran has gone around. 88. And the Mystic Racing League woes continue for number 88.
Cochran with a really good comeback drive. The problem with last night's comeback drive for Cochran, it was a comeback drive and not a up at the front the whole time drive. So that's John Ullman.
Little admin on admin crime there. Rutrow.
Who locked it up? The 89. That was so
82.
close.
That was very close. You're right. Let's see it one more time here from a bit of a different angle. This will tell us if one went up, one went down, or if the line was just maybe a little different. Well, maybe not if we're going to rotate this way, but we'll see it anyway. Yeah, you might expect Ullman closer to the wall. But then we've talked about how awkward the lines are here. 82 gets by him. That was way closer than it looked on the initial shot. But you never really know where the driver on the outside is going to be. You would hope they're up against the wall, but you can't ever guarantee it. And I think Cochran took it for granted. Or Ullman would be. Just a racing deal there. And unfortunately, 88's going to pay the price as Knopfschneider missed the stall by a country mile.
Yeah, wrong stall there. That one's currently occupied.
Sure is.
Or it actually wasn't, but
it is now.
It is now. So we were talking earlier about a couple of the drivers that were trying to give each other a little bit of a break for the sake of having the car healthy toward the end of the race. Just
Right.
trying not to push too hard and, you know, get caught up in something that, you know, has minuscule effect over the course of the race, but could have a massive effect if you are both on your roofs or
Right.
roofs.
Right.
And are there any drivers that are looking to really push each other really, really hard and trying not to get up on that wall, trying to kind of force a driver narrow off the exit if they're on your inside? Are you ever trying to stay off the wall just a little bit, trying to kind of give them a hard time?
It depends. That's a great question, and I think that it's an entirely situational question, because under normal circumstances, if you're on the top side, you have the advantage usually because you can get the better run off the corner. Now, if the guy who caught you from a ways back, say, tries to pass you on the bottom, you can pinch him down a little bit to make the exit harder. The risk is you get moved out of the way, which is, I'm gonna call it out what I did last night to Gavin Hinson. You saw that in that race, lap 81, where I got into him, into turn one, moved him up out of the groove. Not what I meant to do, but it happened nonetheless. But that's the risk you run of running the guy tight on the outside. And it happens, you know, unfortunately it happens, but that's just one of the byproducts of it. It's definitely a viable option if you trust the guy on the inside to not slide up the racetrack. Though more in the center than on the exit. Because on the exit, you see what we just saw with Ullman and Cochran, where you expect to be able to ride all the way up the racetrack, but you just can't because there's a car there you didn't expect.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of curious about, was specifically on the exit, if you just don't go to the wall, or, you know, if I'm on your high side and you're down low and you're coming off the corner and I've got a decent run, if I intentionally do not go to the wall to give Morgan Cook a hard time,
just do it predictably, I suppose. If you do it just once out of the blue, you're probably going to cause an accident. If you do it consistently every lap and it's predictable, it's just frustrating to race around. But either way, pair of votive teammates take a picture of this one on the front row. Good and Kai make up row 2. As we all sail it off into one. And Paz with the rocket shot off of 2. He's going to take the lead away from Kirkenbauer. Time is in the middle of a 4-wide battle and falling back. Clayton good, though. Holden tough. Haven't really talked with him all day. 91 just kind of appears every now and then and really surprises me with how quick he is when he gets track position, but doesn't always get that position.
Currently got it now there and trying to keep Marino Jr. behind Kirkenbauer. Battle for second at the moment, courtesy of Paz again getting a good launch, and Hayes there in the 81 lurking. Wingfield alongside. Hayes immediately down to the inside about as soon as possible when it came to that restart. Started on the outside, a little bit of a opening.
Oh,
happened
man.
On the inside. That was a hefty
48
one there.
And 35 just put that turn 2 wall in a body bag. Oh, my goodness.
So maybe not tire saving.
I don't think so. And some drivers in this series are just immune to tire saving. They just simply do not have that in their bag. You're looking at 2 of them right there. 48-35 will drive the wheels off of it, no matter the situation. Oh, somebody just crashed. Is it McCoy Benke? Caleb Hunt, I think. Just about wrecked off of that turn 2 exit. Back up front. Oh my goodness. The knot of cars is just unreal.
They still have not sorted their differences out here. Still 2 wide. And now a little bit of breathing room there for the number 5. Or I guess the unmarked
the unmarked car.
car. As Deweese trying to Work that outside line. Gets the clear. Can't really go. They're going to try to go inside anyway.
That was a great move by Deweese.
Yeah.
It's a really aggressive move. To clear the 35, immediately shoot to the bottom of the 5. Oh, look at Wingfield. Dive to the bottom. Single file. Pretty much the whole field back to Crowder in 9th. It's going to clear by Rose. Crowder on fresh tires. Same tires as you would see on Hayes, Marino, Deweese, Wakefield, etc. I would agree with you, Zach Davidson. 91, he's singing the praises. Clayton Good. This Clayton Good car is pretty darn quick. Just needs to work on a little bit of consistency. And I don't think it's going to be long before we see him as a weekly contender for wins. Crowder gets 7th from Kirkenbauer.
You mentioned earlier there, Morgan, you were speaking about Indy Kirkenbauer and about the name, how well it fit into motorsport. And I was trying to go through the back of my racing brain and looking for Kirkenbauer. Where is that? Where have I seen that name? You were obviously referring to Indy, the first name,
right,
of the number 5 there. Still running in the top 10, but again going the way of Marino Jr. earlier on in the first stage.
What I'm learning about this race is that track position is going to be key. It was key last night as well, but I think more so tonight. Drivers who have been up front and haven't lost track position have been able to really hold themselves up here. I mean, Clayton Good on the older tires is still hanging out in the top 6. Drivers pass a lot of cars tonight is Marino Jr. He's done a good job of just getting through the field after the incident. Yeah, I'm not really sure if it's going to be more tires or track position that's going to be important at the end of this one.
I think there's a chance it could be a split of both, which is how a lot of races come down, right? It's obviously a good combination of having just enough and being in the right position. And who's got the relatively freshest stuff, the highest up. Obviously, the stronger your position is. There's a little crossover move trying to work here. Kirkenbauer on the edge of the top 10.
Wingfield and Marino Jr. still scrapping. This is for 4th.
Oh, that was a couple of late maneuvers there. 35 getting a little loose, 48 in response. Almost looked like they were about half a second out of sync there. Crowder may be able to capitalize here.
Crowder goes for the dive down below the apron, or clips the apron, I should say. Gets to his spot and will clear the 48.
Making it look kind of easy off the corner. Obviously, you can always just, shove the front end into one. But normally you would pay the price either mid-corner or on exit through 2, and Crowder able to get a decent launch. And speaking of decent launch here,
look
Hayes
at that
running,
jump on
guess
the
where?
exit.
Yeah, on the inside. And Deweese is actually catching the both of them, so this is 3 for the lead here.
Yeah, Paz being on the exit didn't do anything wrong or anything underhanded. Just that car being there, not getting to an exit, killed the run of Hayes off of 2. Brought the Weiss into the picture. Top 5 separating themselves just a bit. We go further back to 10th. Clayton Good now about to fall out of the top 10 with 20 laps to go in the second stage. Here comes Gavin Hinson. To 11th. Right in front of Ullman. I don't think the 34 took much damage from the contact with Cochran. See the 88 fixed up. Looks pretty good. He's probably just trying to save a tire set here and get back to him later. Hinson now going around Kirkenbauer. 5-car fell pretty quick. Hinson, great battle for 10th. With Isaac Wilson, battle for 2nd as well. Paz got past. Now fighting with DeWeese for 2nd. Let's take this moment.
Enormous.
Sorry, go ahead. Go ahead, James.
I was just going to remark on the amount of entry speed that the 14 was able to take in, and it looked like, almost looks like he's forgetting to lift into some of these corners here, but making it out of the other side. So, you know, what do I know here?
Yeah, clearly getting the job done. Paz going to get worked over by Crowder here in a second. I was going to say, let's take a moment with under 20 laps remaining in stage 2. All of our viewers here on VSPEED, including our very loyal Lillian King in the chat. I am responding to you. There you go. Who do you think is going to win stage number 2? Does Hayes hang on? Does DeWeese find a little bit of speed to get up to the 81? Does Crowder make up the gap? Who's it going to be to win stage number 2 here in New Hampshire? Marino Jr. landing Kelly. Look at the move from Marino. Tried to really diamond it. Now he goes way low, slides up in the center. Winkfield falling back. I mentioned earlier tire saving. All the drivers who really accelerated quickly on that restart paying the price right now.
Kelly trying to go around the outside of the 35 here. Oh,
he got him. He got him.
Into the side. Oh, second time as well.
Where's the yellow? There it is. Stopped on the racetrack. Don't move. Oh, Clayton Good right into them. Oh, man. Oh, goodness gracious. Well, that's not what you want to see.
Yeah, it can always be a scary moment there, especially, again, if the car lurches, right? Obviously, you're coming up at decent speed. You're trying to gauge what's going on, and if you've got a roadblock right in the middle of kind of the 1.5 lane mark, you're looking for any kind of twitch, any kind of anything to try to gauge. It's again Marino Jr. there into the wall. I was going to remark on that a couple laps ago, but 48 once again. Trying to get that egg thing here. So again, the second, just the beginning of 2. And another thunk, all locked up, and we're now in a T formation. We're hanging tough, and then right there, just a little bit of a... I'm not sure if that was going to be a problem for the 91 or not.
I think it would have been just where he was. Let's ride on board with Clayton Good. I think we'll see.
Can't quite tell what they were seeing.
Shut the car off. See smoke? Oh, you know what it was? Is he turned the car back on, and I think it startled him. He just didn't have his inputs properly because the car was off. I think he just turned it back on as he started to see the smoke in front of him, and it ended up obviously costing him.
I will also say from that particular vantage point, it looked like there was one car. We were unsighted by the 19.
Right.
Just ahead of us. And it looked like just on the right side of the 19 in front of us, as the 19 went low, it looked like there was one car there that was just basically facing the direction of travel. And then, of course, the 19 goes down low and reveals the other car sideways. So, not sure if that was a factor or not, but I think that if I was in that situation, obviously smoke and other things going on there, trying to be a little more cautious. And I think potentially also a little bit unsighted there as well. So one car turning into two.
Yeah, it's a skill unto itself to be able to avoid the last second unveiling of an accident. And there's a few drivers you follow behind who just, I don't know how they managed to do it, but they block the incident. It's like their car's wider than everyone else's. They blocked the incident so well until the last moment. They dart out of line and you just nail the guy in front of them. It happens all the time.
My mind goes to like a Matador with the.
It's exactly what it's like.
Yeah.
And that Matador, in this case, is Caleb Hunt. I want to thank everybody in the chat, all 22 of you watching. Let me know who we're cheering for here tonight. See a lot of Ashton Crowder love. Joshua Gillen, obviously, cheering for himself as he does. Not into the race today, but just, oh, he's in the race. Yeah, he is. Just haven't seen him yet. He's up there somewhere. Back racing here in New Hampshire. Hayes, great jump. Once again, take the top spot away. Oh, contact almost on the exit. DeWeese noticed at the last moment. Crowder was sliding up. They avoid heavy damage. Almost 3 wide. Wow, Marino. Shot it on the high side. 3 wide. Oh, my goodness. That was almost an accident. Remember, we're under 10 laps to stage. 110 is the stage number.
Going to be a short sprint here compared to the running that we've seen so far. So Marino getting a hustle on here.
Oh, contact! Oh, my goodness. Kirkenbauer's in the wall.
That's the second time in 2 laps we've seen the 5 straight into the back of the 93 Wilson.
That time it cost him. He hit the wall a bunch on the exit.
Yeah.
10th spot, David Moyer trying to get stage points. 47 on the come up recently. Deweese and Crowder battle this time for the second spot as River Hayes is out by over a second.
Kelly is hurrying Marino as well there. Fourth position separated by nothing. Obviously, they've got a bit of a run going on, and it looks like Kelly, again, obviously 5 to go here, or thereabouts in the stage. Kelly putting some serious pressure on the back of the 48 earlier on. Looks like they've spread out a little bit. Now they're here for second place here. Deweese, Crowder, Marino basically on top of each other as they come through. And Deweese way to the bottom.
Crowder going to try to roll the high side. Marino Jr. to the very bottom. 3 wide for second. And they split him like a banana. Crowder, Marino. Crowder going to get the spot away. About 4 laps to go get the leader. 1.2 seconds up. That is a tall task. Hinson Cochran battle for 6. Cochran gets a spot away.
Hayes has been showing all year that they're wanting to be the driver that has the consistency. Obviously running quite well. And their main modus operandi to stay out of trouble. And 1.1 seconds will keep you out of trouble, looks like, out front.
Breaking out the Latin. Ooh. 2.5 to go. Under that, I suppose. 2 to go when you get to the line. Hayes, Crowder, Marino Jr., Deweese, Kelly, your top 5. Kirkenbauer is somehow back in the top 6. That car was just junked back in 11th. I don't know how the heck he got up here. What a move in front of Cochran. Oh my God. Oh, got fresher tires in the field. That makes sense. The 25 left fresher tires than everybody else. That'll do it.
Yeah,
Makes sense why he's in a hurry.
Here. Yeah, definitely trying to make use of them here. This is why they've got the fresh ones, if not just to get some decent stage points.
I'd also be worried though,
is on the way,
because that's his third set of tires. We only got 4 in this race.
Yeah, these are going to make a long appearance come stage 3, if you will.
You'd hope so.
Yeah.
You'd hope you didn't use them for just 11 laps or whatever it is. White flag in the stage, half a second the gap between first and second, and I don't think Crowder's quite going to get their cautions out. That will be the stage. So Hayes going to get the job done. I don't know if he's in the server or not. He is too. Let's have a chat with him when we come back from the pit stop. Six cautions, 10 lead changes. Stages split between Crowder and Hayes. Your top 10 in this second stage. Hayes, Crowder, Marino, Deweese, Kirkenbauer, then Kelly, Cochran, Hinson, Rose, and Ullman in the top 10. Well, chat, I'm sorry to say the only one of you who was right was Joshua Gill, and he said not the 10, and it certainly was not the 10. River Hayes going to get stage 2's victory.
Josh Gillen working with some insider information.
Seems to be. And once River Hayes is done with the pit stop, we'll pull him up into the booth. As always, want to appreciate all of the drivers who speak with us over the course of a race, course of a season, whatever the case is, they don't have to by any stretch. They can decline to interview, but a lot of drivers will take the time to speak with us, fill us in on how their race is going, what we need to know, sometimes things we don't need to know, whatever the case is, but it's a lot of fun to have that happen all the time here. Let's get River Hayes up in the booth. Hey, River, James and Morgan up in the booth. You got a copy?
I do, yes, sir.
How about it? Stage 2 winner held off a hard-charging Ashton Crowder. How are you going to do that the rest of the way?
That's a good question. I think it's going to be tire strategy, and I think I've got his line a little bit better in this car than last night, so hoping for the best here.
Right on. Well, I'll make sure you hit the choose. Ashton missed it when we were interviewing him, so don't miss the choose here.
Oh, that's why. You guys distracted him.
Yeah, we were the problem. All right, choose successful. It's good. It's excellent. What can we expect the rest of the way here in the final 90-some laps?
I think a lot of saving tire from myself, just trying to pace myself and get back up here at the end.
Awesome. Any quick shout-outs before we let you go?
Yeah, I want to shout out you guys for putting on a good show. Thanks for pulling me.
There we go. Thank you, River Hayes, for the time. Good luck the rest of the way.
Yes, sir.
Back to Accelerated Motorsports.
I liked the compliment on the 81's choice of lane there. Sounded like a very fancy steakhouse.
So that's
chef.
a bit of a
choice there.
Bit of an inside thing when I'm race control on Thursdays when I do that, and the choose is good for all the cars. I go, excellent choose. So that's just an homage. He's aware of that. That's an homage to drivers being able to choose correctly, left to right, because sometimes it's harder than you think.
I'm sure that line can come up on you quicker than you're thinking.
It can. Especially when you're up at the front, because when you're 10th, there's 9 cars slowed down in front of you. It's pretty easy to tell what's happening. If you miss it running like behind third, you're kind of like, well, I probably shouldn't be paying attention. If you're up in the top 2, it's very easy to miss it because you're the first cars there.
Yeah, and of course also a horrendous view from the cockpit of these machines here. Obviously, we have some fantastic pictures. We get a decent bird's eye view, sometimes drone's eye view, and
sometimes wall's eye view.
It's so easy from out here, doesn't it?
Can be, unless we're inside the safer barrier. Happens, unfortunately. Corey Powell has parked the vehicle for the night. Drivers in pain. Hate to hear that. As we're back underway. Marino Jr. out to the lead for the first time today. Hayes in second. Kirkenbauer, I think, burned that tire set. He did. Oh, my goodness. Everyone basically on equal tires now throughout the field. I am surprised that he took tires there. My goodness.
So if I've got that right there, Morgan, we're looking at the 4th set of tires on the number 5?
I think that the 5 has used all the tires, yeah. I think that we've burned all our sets here. That can't be right. There's got to be another set laying. There has to be.
Yeah, my eye, as soon as you confirm that, flicks up to the top left of my screen where I'm looking at lap 117, soon to be lap 118.
Yep.
18, I believe. This time by.
I mean, we've got like
that.
At least 1 pit stop, if not 2 pit stops in this stage. So that has got to be nervous if you got no tires left. Maybe somebody close to that vote of number 5 team can drop us a line here and let us know what the tire situation is. We'd be much appreciative. Luis trying to make it back through the field. Driver fell back a little bit on the stop. 26 seconds in the box. That's not going to get the job done. Everyone else is getting Pit stop's done at about 14. I think he hit the wall, though. Had to repair a little bit of damage on the 14 car.
Teams look quite good all evening. Been up at the sharp end. Some good moves as well. Not afraid to throw it down the inside. Christian Barnes, another driver running very well early on, and then has had not really any issues. I was going to say issues, but it's just been more just trying to find the pace and looking for opportunities. These long runs, again, as we saw, right? We had a sprint to the end of stage 2.
Oh my goodness!
Big moment there was that.
Holy cow! That thing hit the wall, all of it. Trying to expand the safer barrier out so we can get a bit of run off of turn 4, but that was a monster knock to the wall.
Now we're down the inside of Cochran here. I'm holding my breath, and it looks like we can turn left in the right end. Hang on, it can.
It's close. Close move. Battle up for third. Kelly and Rose rising to the top late. I want to note back to Corey Powell. My goodness. Mouth surgery this morning. And racing, Mystic Racing League Slim Chickens Cup Series here in the evening. That is a bold day on a Friday. Wish you a speedy recovery, Corey Powell. Hayes and Crowder. This is for 6th.
Powell is exempt from all interviews.
Yeah, I think he left. I think he's probably going to go to bed, which is probably the right move. Could not imagine. I talk way too much to have mouth surgery. You can laugh. It's okay. I heard you tried to stifle that one. You didn't do a very good job of it.
I didn't want it to turn into a belly laugh. I didn't want it to roll.
Oh, man. Having fun here in the VSPEED booth as always. If you haven't already, drop us a like, subscribe to the video, subscribe to the channel, like the video, leave a comment, notification icon, all that fun stuff. I've been Morgan Cook, James Newton alongside me, Dougie Beard providing the cameras here tonight for what's been a fun one in New Hampshire.
It's been a roller coaster. Settled out near the end of the stage, but that does not mean we're not getting any action because we are still too wide throughout, I think is safe to say. And where we're not too wide, sometimes we're 3 wide.
Oh my goodness. Winkfield just took a chance over DeWeese's nose, and DeWeese said, yeah, I'll let you have it that time. That was tight off of 4. Kelly's falling back. Skylar Dixon trying to make it 3 wide on the exit. He hit the bump. Oh, my goodness. I thought we were going to pit barrels land there. That was close.
I thought we were going to see yellow there in the 89.
He did see yellow.
Just about, yeah, for a moment. My goodness me there. What's the over-under on the 89 running that same line this coming lap here? Because
not really sure how you over-under a true-false question. Sound like Bradley Cooper up here in the booth. Crowder hanging out in 6th. Driver to watch against Crowder right now is Hayes. 2 drivers. Oh, we got contact. Dixon missed the corner into the door of DeWeese. It is very clear right now that we have 2 different ideas going on. We have drivers saving tire, and we have drivers pushing to the end. Or hard anyway, maybe that's the end, but fairly hard. Crowder, Hayes, and DeWeese are saving tire. Christian Barnes possibly as well. Pretty much everyone else is pushing it pretty good.
How apparent is it when you're in the cockpit that somebody's pushing or not? Obviously, pace is the biggest factor.
Yeah, it's really just
But
pace.
is it-
I mean, you know who's fast and who's not, right? You know that going into the race, essentially, who you expect to be where. And if you pass somebody like they're standing still, you have a pretty, and they're on the same tires as you, you're probably thinking, okay, they're saving. There are some drivers that when I'm racing, I know if we're before lap 15 and I caught them, I am not passing them because they're going to get me back in 10 or 15 laps. There's a few guys in this field that are like that. There's probably 4 or 5, 6 of them that I would just know that if I pass them, I'm going to get beat later. There's a good number of guys who they pass me, I'm going to say, okay, I'm going to get them in 10, 15 laps. It's not a problem. As we have a bit of a rivalry brewing here between Crowder and Wilson. Wilson is not thrilled that Ashton Crowder's here. They've hit each other the last 2 times through 3 and 4. That we do it one more time for good measure.
93 is still there.
Crowder on the same line. 93 is going to run an even lower line. Oh my goodness. You gotta wonder what's going through the head of these guys when you have repeated contact in the same spot on the racetrack. Neither driver willing to budge what they're doing. And both trying to clear the 95.
Episode 3, actually the 93, losing a good amount of momentum there. Still going to be there.
Happen again.
Yeah.
The rerun, still contact. That's the 4th time. I think Ashton Crowder's face here says it all. Remember, Ashton in the 44. Car on the bottom. One more time here. We'll see if we get it a 5th time in a row. Dives down to the bottom, slides up. 93 is there. Boom, center of the corner.
'93 got a very good exit and then was compromised right up against the wall, or wasn't able to go to the wall, I should say. As now we've got more cars involved here. 95, 35.
I used the
Going with
term
them.
cork in the bottle, and that's kind of what these two are being right now. As the 93 is holding up this group by a pretty significant amount, as Anthony Marino Jr. has set sail. 2.5 seconds in front of the field.
Yeah, Marino really putting it down, which of course means there will not be any rubber left underneath the 48. Crowder trying to work that same line here.
I mean,
Time
clean
up
air
against
helps
Wheatfield.
for sure when you're the leader. Oh, he turned him! Oh. Wakefield just junked him. What on earth? Oh my goodness. I mean, let's go on the VSPEED chopper. I mean, Crowder sails it off into the corner, and Wingfield tries to follow him and I mean, it looks like he just flat out dumped him. That is wild behavior. Let's try one more time here. So here into turn 1, Crowder goes way low, slides up, may have made contact right. No, he didn't make contact either. So I have no idea why that move happened from the 35. Just went in there, and I mean, it looks like he just dumped him.
Crowder trying to park it on the inside there so the 35 can't come back underneath, which is exactly what the 35 has intentions of doing, I assume. So Crowder trying to shave the speed off at the middle, kind of like a low diamond, I suppose, and just trying to get a shallow exit.
I mean, you say park it on the bottom, but you still got to make the corner, right? Like, I don't think Wingfield even makes the bottom 2 grooves if Crowder isn't there in that situation. So
yeah,
I really am kind of baffled by that move. But few drivers playing strategy. John Ullman, Caleb Hunt will stay out. We'll take a quick step aside. Be back right after this.
Donnie Kite's gonna get through it all and score his first career win in the Saturday Night Racing League Cup Series. What a finish! Too little, too late from behind, and Sebastian Marin, your first repeat top split winner of the qualifying series.
We knew it was just a matter of time when Hunter Sr. is victorious.
Josh Adams taking the win at Iowa.
GC Spider Motorsports takes home the 1-2-3 finish.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Mystic Racing League Slim Chickens Cup Series here on VSPEED. In the middle of stage number 3, about 60 laps to go here. Been a competitive race. Parity been the name of the game here today, as we have had a bunch of different leaders and a bunch of contact, and there goes the 29 around the back of the field. Caution is out from McCoy Benke.
Able to keep it off the wall.
Look
Whoa,
out.
whoa, 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 whoa.
Okay, I think he saw him. That was closer than it needed to be.
That was one of those composure testers.
For sure. Here's what happened. Yeah, just slid up, got loose into the 14, and around he went.
Did not meet that wall.
No, he didn't. Good for him.
Which is obviously at the back at the moment, but that should just be some hot tires that could potentially use a bit of a cool down here behind the pace car. Have another look at this one a little further back, but potentially not as what's the word there? Maybe congested this time around for the 29.
It allows him to save some stuff a little bit better, maybe, than in the middle of the run there. Awaiting word on the 35 if there was a penalty or if he just left the session on his own volition, although I think it's one over the other. We'll hear as soon as we can. Housekeeping outside of the 35. Clayton Good, David Moyer, Corey Powell out of the session before he documented Corey Powell's situation. Moyer shut it down about 29 laps ago. Clayton Good 26 laps ago. Jack Biffner still holding tough, running 7 laps down, all from joining the session 7 laps late. And we can confirm Rayshon Wingfield has been parked from the event. So the 35 will no longer be contending here tonight. And that, ladies and gentlemen, changes a few things. That car was fast tonight, but you can't be wrecking competitors just for the fun of it. That's not really how this works. Forza 6 got you covered, if that's the name of your game. Forza Horizon 6, I should say. Wreckfest 2.
6 these days will do it as well. Nothing stopping you there. looking forward to 6 either.
I think Horizon 6 is more topical. Just came out a few weeks ago. But I'm with you. Anything but iRacing. We're hitting other cars. Marino Jr., Skylar Dixon on the front row, and again, a big jump for the leader. And those with a keen eye that restart may have noticed the 48 went up a couple lanes before the start-finish line. That is legal if you are the leader and not impeding second spot. Cochran just got jumped on the backstretch. That car is killed. Oh my goodness.
Look, I'm scanning left side of the screen looking for anybody else involved in that. Cannot believe
it was Hinson. Yeah.
Yeah,
there was definitely contact. So out of the corner of my eye, in the corner of the shot, see it right here. Hinson got loose. Cochran was the one who got the worst of it. On board with Hinson here.
Wilson on our inside. Here's just about.
It's very similar to what happened with Ullman and Cochran. The only difference is that Hinson was loose and Ullman wasn't. But really the same place, same idea. And Cochran pays the price. Yeah, Joshua Gillen just about got a piece of that sideways 88. Was able to avoid. Very close. Starting to get.
Marino,
sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to remark on Marino Jr. there. The 48 is still at the pointiest end of the grid here. Obviously, 32 laps led at the moment. And again, going to have to contend with another restart, but that seems to be going just fine for the 48, who, as we've seen, put about 2 seconds on. And again, you're going to try to figure out which side to go for the choose. And Marino Jr., in terms of really getting after it for pace, has gotten away a couple of times now. So
yes,
obviously may not have anything later on, but for right now, is something's got to be done if you're not riding in the 48.
I would agree. The question becomes the drivers who have been saving their stuff, the 44, the 27 potentially, the 14. When did they start to make their moves through the field?
I think probably sooner rather than later, especially with, we were talking earlier about track position. And also just kind of the I guess you could call it mayhem, if you want to use a word so long there, as we come to the restart.
Accurate word. Restart again. Same launch from the 48. Oh, they're almost 3 wide. They are 3 wide in turn 1. 95 got a stellar launch. Oh my goodness. All into the wall on the exit. Oh, big block. 15 all the way down to the white line. 4 wide on the exit, gentlemen. Be careful. And they made it. Wow. They're still 4 wide. Oh my goodness. I have never seen that here.
With this kind of running, again, just trying to get your nose and your mouth above the water line to try to get some air.
Oh, 99 got wicked loose into the corner. Skylar Dixon just about junked it. Somehow keeps that thing rolling. I got to say, the battles throughout this field all race have just been incredible to watch. I think I really can't speak to just how impressive the level of competition has been, level of racing has been in the last 8 weeks or so. We have really seen an uptick in quality drivers and quality racing in this series, and it is really good to see. We had great drivers before, don't get me wrong, but we have some world beaters in this series now. And it has been a lot of fun to watch.
It certainly has been. And we're seeing again the 89 splitting a couple of cars. We saw they're going low a couple laps ago and then scooting to the high side, actually kind of washing up, getting a little bit tight. And again, the driver in front about 2 inches off the front bumper.
Oh, he hit the wall a lot. Yeah, that car's not turning great now.
Tries to come back on the outside still.
Crowder going to go around Kirkenbauer, at least try to. Maybe Kelly as well if it has his way. Should be able to get the run off the corner, and Crowder will take the spot away. That is 7th as DeWeese and Wilson for 3rd. Is going to battle for the lead. Ricky Paz on Anthony Marino Jr. Not much of a battle anymore. Now it's back. Marino Jr. fights back off of turn 4 down into 1. Misses the bump. Will slide up, but Paz has the outside lane. Can he keep the momentum up? Yes, he can. Drag race off of 2.
He's going to bring DeWeese into it. I was going to say DeWeese now on the way back up. They are up. 14 in 3rd position. That's about half a second or so to this pair, but that is going to shrink as they are duking it out. It is lovely in single file. Further back.
Yeah,
the only place there it's not.
Yeah, Paz up here with the lead now. Marino Jr. in 2nd, DeWeese in 3rd. Then Wilson, Barnes, Rose, Crowder, Hayes, Kirkenbauer, and Kelly, your top 10. And those drivers I was speaking of earlier are the ones who've elevated the series. You got one leading in Ricky Paz. You got one running 3rd, making a debut tonight in DeWeese. Only reason I leave out Marino Jr. is because he, as recently has he been here before, as Hinson and Kelly have gone around.
Got my magnifying glass out.
I have a feeling Kelly got loose. Oh no, just really did not get through the center well. Oh boy, right in front of the field. That requires a further look. That was a bit of a weird incident.
You spoke earlier on, Morgan, about the difference in, I mean, obviously on the apron, almost nothing in terms of banking. You spoke about underneath, there's a bit of a change.
Yep.
For the banking. So was that just the adjustment for the 39 getting a little bit tight, trying to use... Oh, so much smoke as well. Unhelpful.
I think it's more that this is kind of a weird line from Kelly. And, because, I mean, he lost a lot of ground. I mean, Hinson's 3 car lengths back. So we go in here and we're up in the 3rd groove. And then all of a sudden we just turn all the way down the racetrack and didn't realize there was a car down there. I think is all it was, is probably didn't realize how much time he lost in the center of the corner and ended up driving right down across Hinson's nose.
Wasn't expecting to be that under attack,
right?
Potentially.
Right, I think that's the case. Now Braxton DeWeese is your leader off of pit road. Lot of fuel-only stops. I think we've exhausted our tire allotment for a lot of these drivers. I also want to call something out. Skylar Dixon just finished his 10th pit stop of the day. That's a pit stop every 16 laps for you mathematicians at home. Big numbers. Big numbers. Cochran will get one of his 11 laps back. Well, 50 laps to go here, James.
$50-40.
You're right. I got the 0 and the 1 flipped. 40 laps to go. Thank you. Goodness gracious.
Oh, good. I'm trying to think now of who would prefer it to go 210, and who would prefer for it to be, again, as I was saying, 200 versus 201. I'm not sure about a last lap pass, but these guys have been really shaking it up, so I wouldn't rule it out.
Oh, Wilson blew the restart entirely. Never had a shot at it. DeWeese got the job done quickly, and now River Hayes is back up in the top 2.
River Hayes followed Crowder almost the entire way, kind of lurking about a car back, and by the time the caution came out, was the car behind the 44.
Oh, Paz is right on the side of the 48. They're 3 wide for a moment. Near contact. I think there was actually contact. Now Rose under fire from Crowder. Oh, they're wrecking behind them. 95, maybe it might have been the 19 I think got put in the wall. This is off of turn 2 last time by. Somebody hit the wall a bunch. I think it was the 19. 5's way out there. Yeah, he just throttled up way too quick. Got that wall a lot. Cars scatter around him. Back to racing. Basically in the same spot. How interesting.
Yeah, that was a...
You would have thought that was live. That was weird.
Yeah. That was an interesting one there.
Don't see that very often.
82 hitting the wall there. Off of 4 as well. Not quite as much drama. But if you want drama, it's 2 wide for a moment there. Probably 4 or 5 rows deep. And
remember these two.
Have a look.
Not. Oh, there it goes. Oh my goodness. 27 behind
Barnes.
him. What a slide for the 27. Must have got help here. Had to have. Just down into 3. Yeah, you got help for sure. Big slide. Banky, nice job avoiding it. Crowder's gotten around Wilson as well. Ullman part of the battle a little further back. He had 4 tires.
Is on the move with the fresh tires. Also up there, Paz and Wilson, 99-93 for 4th position. Paz getting into the back of Wilson a little bit now. Paz, I believe, is alongside.
Oh, Wilson not happy.
Yeah. And so Wilson, that was the exact moment I saw in reverse. As soon as we had a look, so Marino into the wall, nothing new there. Now has a look down the inside of Wilson, but Paz and Wilson really trying to, again, as I say, kind of sorting out their differences. And another wall strike for the 48.
Drivers bobbing and weaving, dipping and ducking all over this racetrack, trying to find a little bit of speed on their competitors. Contact. Hunt and Benke. More contact. Get it a third time. No. Benke just gives a spot up. Wilson is dropping like he threw out the anchor. Was up in the top 5, now back to 7th as Crowder gets around Hayes, or at least tries to. Side by side. At the line, it's Crowder. Way down below the apron. He's going to clear up in the center. Can he get the run off the exit? I think so. Hayes going to try and charge back. The battle would have to be down in 3. Few feet. What separates them right now? Hayes tries to go way down to the apron. Slide up in the center, but Crowder now has the outside. Drag race off of 4 even again. Roles reversed. Crowder way up high. Look at this run out of the side of your screen.
44 knew. Yeah, the 44 knew they had plenty of space back to Paz and was able to get, I almost say get away with, that extremely high line. Obviously, anybody could come up through the inside if there are cars immediately behind you there. And Hayes all day has seemed to prefer that inside line, so we picked him up there. Crowder on the inside. Hayes able to get into second.
Well, you
this
mentioned
this is not done.
at the top of the show, Braxton DeWeese. You saw him put on a show a few days ago, and he's doing it here tonight. Was that Slingshot TV? You saw Braxton DeWeese win? Well, there you go.
That was me and Big Al on Slingshot TV.
I
got
Truck
Series
got eyes everywhere.
Yeah, that's right. As long as you didn't hear it. My goodness. No, it was
just saw it.
Yeah, it was a really, really good event, really enjoyable. There were basically only 2 trucks in it as far as pace.
Oh, contact!
Oh!
Dixon into Kirkenbauer. Sorry to cut you off, but my goodness.
No, it's fine. I'm just trying to see if we're heading toward number 11 or not for the 89. I would hope not. But
number 11.
Again, I keep saying number 11
for pit stops. You bet.
Yeah, for pit stops.
I'm with you. Call back. Good stuff. True professional, James Newton is.
The kind of funny person that has to explain every joke they tell.
Yes, that's the best kind of funny person.
I've heard.
I've heard it both ways.
But yeah, back to the truck race there. DeWeese had it in hand pretty much the whole way. Really late caution came out, and DeWeese basically just walked away at the end. And you were talking about true professional, and 14 looking to all the world like they did a couple of days ago, and obviously still some serious racing to do here, and we are not done with this one by any stretch. Obviously, looking back to Hayes, Crowder.
Hinson.
Fast.
Hinson's gone around. Gavin Hinson in the grass down in turn 1. Again with the 95.
Yeah, an enormous shimmy.
I don't
from
know
the
about
rear
that.
end.
Yeah, that was definitely a shimmy. Good word for it. Something must have happened previously, because that doesn't make a lot of sense out of context. Let's go back. Let's go back a couple laps here. So this would be the lap before. The 95 must have done something, or just completely changed their line at the last moment. But that was such an odd incident.
It looked to me like the 39 tried to go down the inside and then change their mind
The last
into
second, yeah.
one, unless there's again another shimmy from the 95 I missed.
Yeah, like it's just such an interesting incident. I don't really understand.
Cochran able to skate on through there. Cochran adopting a weird, oh, I say weird, it's all relative, of course. A different line.
I mean, when you're 11 laps down, your car is killed. Yeah, you kind of got what you got.
Yeah, and it looks like this line right here, basically. Obviously out of pit road here, but that is basically the line that I've been seeing 75% of the time for the 88. So, again, just trying to stay out of trouble for the time being.
I mean, he's really got nothing to lose here. He's 21st, last car running. And he's got 4 more laps to catch up to Pfiffner. Ricky Paz now your leader. Approaching 20 to go. Working 11th caution. It really does not feel like an 11 caution race. I don't know how you feel.
No. Well, I mean, trying to think back, I feel like I can almost think back to maybe 9 of them or so, kind of just off the top of my head. But in terms of the racing in action, in terms of it's felt like we've had some decent long runs early on, especially. Right. I think that they're coming a little quicker here, especially around the beginning of Stage 3. That was where we started to kind of turn up the heat a bit, and drivers were coming back through the field from pitting around the stage. And it has been
if that was a choose,
racing.
Both Paz and Marino missed it. If that was the choose, I don't think it was. What a storyline that would be. 20 laps to go, and the top 2 would have to go to the back. I think we're okay. Race control really diving into this incident. It was a bit of a weird one. I think we can both agree on that, James, that you don't typically see car behavior like that into turn number 1. So just wanting to make sure all of the I's are dotted, T's are crossed, and the final call has come through. Gavin Hinson has been removed from the session. Black flag, disqualified. Same fate as Rayshawn Winkfield from earlier. Hinson will finish back in 21st. That'll move Cochran up to 20th spot, and everybody in front of him up a spot as well.
Yeah, good work from race control in terms of getting it done about as quickly as they could. Getting an answer before the racing gets back going. Again, just a really strange one.
It was weird.
And it just, yeah. And last time around, we saw Christian Barnes in the 27 straight across the middle of the road.
Yeah, we did.
So I was kind of holding my breath there for the 27 if it was the choose that I think there was a third option that Barnes explored there, which is just going right over the plate.
It's exactly what we saw with Crowder earlier when we were interviewing him. He just went straight through it. Couldn't hit it any more square. Strike. You left me hanging on that one, James. Either way, 20
Let's see if
laps
got a
to go.
curveball for us here.
Oh my goodness. Paz Marino Jr. on the front row. Another great jump from the bottom lane. Barnes tries to make a move, gets blocked. Three wide further back. great run for Reggie Kime, running 9th right now. Deweese sends it on the bottom. He pit for tires. Is 20 laps enough to get through the field? Almost 3 wide, near contact. There's 2 battles right now. The one for the lead, obviously. Oh, they're wrecking in front of them. Never mind. Throw it out the window. Dixon's around. A bunch of cars are in it. It's a parking lot down in turn 2.
Ullman, Barnes as well involved with that. And some of them, I believe it was some head-on contact as well. I would not be surprised if he lost a couple engines just now.
Yeah, we're going to go back to the initial restart. Just wild racing throughout. We're going to watch with Skylar Dixon restarted on the second row. What I was going to say is it's really 2 battles. There's the battle with the 99 and the 48, and was the 27. And then there's the battle between the 14 and the 44, right? And it's whoever was going to win one of those battles is going to end up winning the race, but just didn't end up happening. Down here in 1 is where it happened. See the 89 into the corner. Gray car has to check up for the 48. Just ends up spinning around. Hayes got a piece of it. Crowder got a pretty good piece of it too. Crowder went around actually. Yeah, that is another weird one.
Wow.
I mean, just this race has just been turned on its head. Actually, both of our stage winners involved in that accident. Not what you expect.
We were having a really good look there at Reggie Kime, as you remarked,
Right.
running quite well at that point. Obviously now.
Ullman, pretty heavy damage on the nose, teammate of Kime at Gremlin Motorsports. Remember, no faster pairs in this series, so any damage you get must be repaired naturally, which is more difficult to do than you think. That's probably a minute and a half worth on the 34, and you only get about 40 seconds to repair damage here, so less than ideal. Paz will choose the outside. That's going to give Marino Jr. the bottom. I think this one is about to get a little bit wild. 15 laps to go, James. I don't think we're done with that yellow piece of fabric quite yet.
I'm just scanning the field, just looking at all the cars here, obviously trying to do, I guess you couldn't call it math, but yeah, literally this shot right here, I'm just trying to see who's on what line, who's got what kind of car. Crowder at the bottom.
The car I'm looking at right now, second, third, and fourth on the inside. Hayes, Deweese, and Crowder. I think your winner comes from one of those 3 spots. There's the jump, and there's the green, this time from the outside. Crowder sends it in on Deweese. Contact! They make it to the corner. Bottom lane in shambles.
He's held up on the exit by the 48, getting boxed in a little bit now, able to go down to the inside with Hayes. Oh, it's getting so tight on the exit.
Outside wall for Wilson. Paz has the clean shot right now. Here comes the tires from Hayes. 20 laps fresher. Caution is out again. Christian Barnes. Somebody went around. I don't know where the caution came from. No, not the... I don't think it was the 88. That's odd. Skylar Dixon, maybe? Oh, there it is. It was Cochran. All right. One more time. from the 88. Self-spin allows him to re-rack it. This car is just evil, you can tell. Way on the apron. Hit the bump.
Oh, the bump.
Just like what Dixon did, and around it went.
Well. Oh, there's Dixon. Joining
phases in the frame.
The phases in the frame, that's right.
It's going to give
flying through
Pfiffner one of his laps back. Remember, he was 7 laps down. He's now 2 laps down. Not out of the realm of possibility he ends up back on the lead lap.
No, it isn't. I was going to say, oh, that's a little preposterous. It absolutely is not.
Really that preposterous. I've seen a race here. That was the right, yes, that was the correct grammar. I have seen a race here where the guy who won the race at one point was 4 laps down. Got all of his laps back by waiver rounds, ended up winning the race. It is for sure possible here. In a race that wasn't quite as long as this one either. It was only 150 laps.
Going back to the not the last restart, but the restart before. So I guess
Right.
2 restarts ago. Rammer. Ashton Crowder going to battle with the 14 of Deweese.
Right.
And now as Crowder chooses the high side with the 14, Deweese got a great launch, went down low. Crowder got boxed out, and Deweese kind of got away a little bit. And there were, I think, at least 2 cars between the 44 and the 14. This time around, Crowder was right on the back bumper there of Deweese, and the same can be seen here.
Well, look, 14. Now those 2nd, 3rd, 4th on the inside are now 1, 2, 3 on the outside. Yeah, this is about to get good. 10 laps to go in what has been a barn burner here in New Hampshire. I don't know what it is with Mystic Racing League this year, turning swimming pool caliber racetracks into absolute bangers. We got another one on our hands today. Green flag is out. Paz on the pedal. Great jump for Hayes. Oh, contact. Wilson just barreled on in there. He missed the corner completely. He's going to lose 4 spots. My goodness. I don't even think he tried to make the corner. Deweese will clear for 2nd. It's on now for the lead. Oh, here comes Hayes. Oh, Deweese hit the wall hard.
Humongous moment there with the 14. What does the 93 to say about this here? Wilson.
Here comes Hayes.
Trying to have a look.
Almost got to the corner of Paz. Coy Benke trying to work over Indy Kirkenbauer for 7th at the back of the frame. But the lead battle's not over yet. Top 5, 6, all the way back to this battle with Indy and McCoy. Now it's Benke and Hunt. He's trying to get the run off of turn 4. Crowder gonna work on Wilson. He's Steuben, door banging all night.
Damage to the front fender of the 44 there.
Or just the fender, whole front fascia knocked in.
That is not.
He's driving a pitchfork.
And a
what are we doing here? Like,
my there from 93.
Like, tell me you don't know situation, or tell me you don't know situation. My goodness. is up at the front. Hayes trying to get around Paz. Looks like he's going to do so here. DeWeese on the corner. DeWeese goes way high. This is, you asked about pinching off the exit. Here's what you're going to see with the 14. He's going to do just that. Pinch the 99 off the exit. 5 to go.
And way up high, both of them are going to go a decent amount up the road there.
DeWeese has to clear right here. I think he got it. He did. Only a couple laps left to get up to Hayes. You can see the gap, just under half a second. The problem is I don't think DeWeese is any faster. Paz blocks Crowder for third. Oh, he self-cleared him and he's junked. Day over for Ashton Crowder. Day over for the 44.
Wow, wow. Right angles, and there it is.
Yeah, right angles and wrong angles, I think is what you could call this one. Ill-advised move. Just a little too deep into the corner. Paz drove it in pretty deep as well, and Crowder gets the worst of it by a long shot.
As they're just trying to make sure they were on the outside no matter what.
Yeah. I understand the move from both parties. I mean, Paz doing everything he can. If he loses that spot, he's got no hope at getting the win. It was still technically available should something happen to the top two. Crowder gets by you, it's not going to happen. And then Crowder had to make a move very quickly and just tried a bit of a Hail Mary move, and with Paz making that pinch on the outside, got hooked, and of course that's going to be a DNF, I think. Anyway, I don't know if that car's still rolling or not. For Ashton Crowder, no, that car is DNF'd. It'll be the end of the day for Ashton Crowder. It's got to be one of Hayes, DeWeese, Paz, Wilson, or Marino Jr., I would think, who ends up in victory lane today. Which one it is could be anybody's guess.
55 of Pfiffner getting another lap back.
He will pass Ashton Crowder, and he will finish 18th here, it looks like, tonight.
Obviously not in contention for the win. We could say that with authority.
Every point matters. Ricky Paz to the back of the field. They're charging Paz with the caution. All right, well, we can remove Paz's name from winning contention. Oldest tires in the field will restart last. Work through the bonfire in the 44's pit. Hayes, DeWeese, Wilson, Marino Jr., and Ryan Rose trying to make some noise. 3 drivers in the top 6 making Mystic Racing League debuts. And a good chance that one of them ends up in victory lane.
It's fascinating how the new faces come in. You got to size them up if you can. Vice versa. Get to know each other real quick.
Into the start zone. Green-white checker number 1. River Hayes. Another great jump for the leader. We are really fanning out behind him. 3, 4 wide. Up front, all that matters for the 81 is he got out front by over a car length. Here comes DeWeese. Hard charge on the outside. He got there. Can he hold it there? Yes, he can. Drag race off a turn 4 to the white flag. The next flag will end the race. Hayes to the bottom. DeWeese to the top. Crossover incoming. Where does the 14 go? He lost ground. Off the exit of the corner. He's to the back bumper. He's got one more shot at it. It's the exit of 4. Around goes Marino Jr. behind him. But off of turn 4, River Hayes is going to win in New Hampshire. What a race, James.
Wow, wow, wow. Christian Barnes in the background there, making up a handful of positions. And I just had to look down there, the information. River Hayes, fastest lap that Hayes ran, at least.
Was the last one of the day.
Was the very last one. Well over a 10th quicker on that last one, and it needed to be.
And that was the fastest lap of the race. We're going to go back for a quick moment here. Look at what happened to Marino Jr., who is reversing on the racetrack. That is probably going to receive some unpopular views from race control. So Marino Jr., middle of the racetrack, got clipped by the 15. Around he goes. Kimes wrecking behind him with Dixon and Ullman. And that is, oh, Knopfschneider got him too. That's how the race is going to end. River Hayes doing a victory lap of sorts. He is your winner here in New Hampshire.
Looked really, really strong. Majority of the race. Obviously led so many laps. Loved that low line.
Let's check out the results here tonight. Hayes over DeWeese and Wilson. We'll talk with them in just a few minutes. Christian Barnes rebounds to 4th. Didn't really talk about Barnes all that much today. Finishing the 4th spot. Rose in 5th in the debut. Caleb Hunt finishes 6th. That is a fantastic finish for the 19 here tonight. Kirkenbauer in the debut will finish in 7th. Benke in 8th. Paz in the 9th spot. After getting sent to the back, rebounding to 9th. Pretty good in the last couple laps there for Paz. Gillen, top 10 in the 10.
11th position is Kelly. Then it's John Ullman in 12th. Knopfschneider in 13th. Reggie Kime comes home 14th with Zach White 15th. Anthony Marino Jr. crosses the line eventually in 16th there. Dixon 17th and Pfiffner 18th. And then drivers that did not finish here, Ashton Crowder, Gavin Hinson in 20th.
Cochran as well did not finish the race. Winkfield will finish 22nd. Good in 23rd. Moyer 24th. And Powell, recovering from mouth surgery, will finish in the 25th position. Well, all that said, I think it's time to interview some drivers here on VSPEED. Let's start off with River Hayes. River, James Morgan up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, you got the job done today. Win stage 2 and win the race. How were you able to get this one done today?
Yeah, I think we had some help there at the end. I think Ashton got involved in something, but I knew I had to save a set of tires there with 45 to go or so. I was thinking we were going to go green there for a second, but we had tires lined in the pits there, 30 to go, and a lot of cars didn't have any more tires. So it was just, try to escape the carnage. Almost got collected in that one with the 89, and he got completely sideways, and I was looking at him in the door. Just managed to go up and get out of it, but I think I had a little damage on the rear. But the car felt great. I was able to execute Ashton's line from last night better in this car than I was that car. So it was really, really helpful, on entry. It kind of sucked on exit, but this car was more forgiving on exit than the B car.
All right, taking last night's learnings and applying them tonight. Some different talent in the field tonight. Obviously, some debuts from Braxton DeWeese. We saw Ryan Rose make a debut, Indy Kirkenbauer as well. How much fun is it racing against some newer blood here in the Mystic Racing League up at the front of the field?
Yeah, I was in Discord with them most of the night, and they were really good to work with. Braxton did really well. He was near me the entire race. Had good speed. I thought he was going to get me there at the end. He sent it in there into, I don't know, 1 or 3, whichever one, but he made it stick and got to my outside and had a run. I knew I had to send it off in there and clear him, otherwise he was going to get back there. But yeah, no, them guys are really cool to race with, and we need that, right? We need more guys coming in constantly, keeping the fields full, and props to Mystic for promoting the league and getting the word out there so we can continue to have good fields and put on good shows.
Evolving talent, very important here in the Mystic Racing League, and really solid day for you, River, today. Who do you want to thank? Who do you want to shout out for a win in New Hampshire?
Yeah, I want to shout out Smith's Race Development, Ryan Pelfrey, all my teammates for working with me tonight, and you guys for putting on a good show.
Awesome. Thanks for your time, River. Appreciate you talking with us, and enjoy your time here at Sofa News Victory Lane.
Thank you.
We'll move one spot down the podium to Braxton DeWeese, who has been caught up with James Newton.
Braxton DeWeese, it's James and Morgan in the booth. You got a copy?
I gotcha.
I'm having some deja vu from 2 nights ago. We saw you at a truck race where you were able to take it home. This time on debut in the MRL, 2nd place. How was it out there from your perspective?
Man, I definitely exceeded the expectations, if I get that out right. Definitely didn't have the goal of really going for the win. I had the goal of having a solid debut, but I'm not the best in these cars. If there's any car that I need to work on, it's these. But tonight definitely boosted the confidence a little bit. We were up there running and almost led the most laps. We were just a few off, but yeah, it was just a great debut. I'm happy to put this 14 car up front for Dave, the sub for him. He helped me a bunch in 2022, sponsoring me. And actually, he told me that he got into sim racing because of me. So I really do appreciate him giving me the opportunity. And all I can do is just try to have good finishes for him. So I'm glad that we were able to have a good run tonight for him.
Yourself, along with Ashton Crowder and River Hayes and others, were having to try to fight each other while fighting through the field at the same time. Tell me about some of that action.
Yeah, it was definitely interesting to see the differences in the strategy and who would take their tires when, who would save them. I was definitely conservative with the tires there and felt like that was the way to go. It was very sketchy going through lap traffic, not lap traffic, but just the traffic there in front of us of the cars that stayed out. There's a couple times we almost got involved in some stuff, but we got lucky a few times as well. So just happy to keep the car in one piece and have a shot there at the end. I'm really frustrated about turn 1, but there's not much to be frustrated about when you get P2 in the debut.
Yeah, definitely. You are on. They're going to be having a handful of drivers circling your name come next time out. Again, congratulations on P2. Anybody you'd like to thank or shout out?
Yeah, most definitely. A big shout out to Superior Sim Racing. I just put this scheme together. I usually run a Ford. I have a Ford sponsorship, and I'll roll into that next. A big shout out to Interstate Ford, as well as Straight Up's Ice Cream Shop, Bullwinkle, Steak Time, Dewey's Renovations. I forgot you can also use the code BDR5 for 5% off over there on Superior. They have some button boxes and stuff. They're pretty cool of the selection that they have, and they use the high-grade stuff, so it should last a good while. But appreciate him, appreciate Elevated TV, Ghost Train, Wooden Nickel Band, Evan Pieta Designs, Phillips Wraps and Graphics, Our Pete's House, Winchester, Indiana, Beaver Contracting for sponsoring the Roadsters at Anderson. I run a Thunder Roadster, and we have a race coming up this Sunday. Racing starts at 2:30. It's at Winchester Speedway. It'll be live on Racing America. The 500 Sprint Car Tour will be there for 40 laps, as well as HRA Late Model Sportsman for 50. It'll be my 3rd start at Winchester, my 4th ever race in real life. I was able to get the opportunity from racing here on the sim, so we got the car dialed in, and hopefully we can show the speed that we have on the sim in real life. So I appreciate y'all. Looking forward to go back and watching it, and hopefully we can be successful this weekend like we were tonight.
Yeah, well, thank you so much for joining us here on Sofa News Victory Lane. Braxton DeWeese, 2nd place. Congratulations on your debut.
I appreciate it. Y'all take care.
Holy cow, that might have been the best sponsor call out I've ever heard. That guy prepares.
It makes me hungry every time.
He knows what's up. He prepared. Anyway, Braxton DeWeese finishing second in the debut. Well done to him. Third spot tonight, Isaac Wilson. Isaac, Morgan and James up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, what's up?
All right, third spot here tonight. A hard-fought third position. Survived the carnage, got the job done. What do you make of your race here today?
Way better than I thought it would go. Been in kind of a funk lately, and last week, as you guys saw, was just probably my most frustrating race I've ever had. So I was kind of just in a funk all week, kind of pissed off, and come out here, finished third at the track that I usually suck at. Was pretty good. I took 2 tires there. There was I think I had to stay green after I pitted. I might have had a shot at the win. Let those guys on 4 tires get stuck in traffic, but caution kept falling and it kept letting River and everybody else on 4 tires that was clearly quicker than me get good restart positions, and then almost threw mine and Rivers race away into 1 on a restart. Completely missed my braking zone. Thankfully, he gave me room going into 1, and I think that's kind of what. From there, I was just kind of trucking along, hoping for at least a top 5.
There were a few times in this race you were working around the 44. I noticed that you didn't really agree on the line to run in turn 3. I think you hit 5 laps in a row, something like that, down the center. Is there anything more to that, or just you two having a difference of agreement on where you want your cars to be in that spot?
To be bluntly honest, I don't like him. He's really good. Don't get me wrong, but I mean, when you come out here and you dominate every race you race in, I'm just gonna race you hard because I don't like you. I mean, he shouldn't be in this league racing with us. And so when I saw him running that line, I'm like, all right, you want to run that line? I'm gonna run middle. I'm gonna stick you here. If you want to keep coming up and cleaning yourself, you're gonna get spun. So I mean, at the end of the day, it's just I don't like him. So I just raced him super hard, raced him clean. He just kept drifting up the track in 1 and 3. So I was like, you want to run that line? I'm not moving. I'm gonna run middle. I'm gonna run my line. I'm gonna hold it. And if you want to self clear, go for it. Because I mean, early in the race, I was sitting back a little further back, and like, I was watching everyone race. I could just kind of see how they race, and he was the one guy I kept seeing just drift up the track, dooring people, and I'm like, I don't agree with that. I mean, these cars can take a beat, and so when you use that to your advantage and just door people out of your way, I'm just gonna race you harder. So didn't race him dirty, just raced him super hard, and just made it harder for him to get around me. So.
All right, well, a little add-on to that. Do we expect to see you and the 44 continue to bang doors in the future?
I mean, I'm not gonna give him room if that's what you're asking. People like River and stuff like that. I give him plenty of room, and I'll race him harder than I race other people. I mean, I'm not gonna go out there and wreck people. That's not my goal. I'm not that person, because when you go out there and intentionally try to wreck people, at the end of the day, you ruin someone else's race along with theirs, and it's not fair that the other person gets involved. So I'll just race him hard and see where it goes. I mean, he's quick, so unless we're on strategy, he'll probably be in front of me. I was kind of shocked I had the speed I had when we were running like that, because he took the hell off in the first stage, and kind of sitting behind him. I was kind of watching what he was doing, and then I was like, all right, well, if I can run his pace, I'll be good. So when that caution came out, I think after Rayshawn dumped him, I don't know what the heck they have history of, but when Rayshawn wrecked him, I came in, my tires were a lot better, so I started kind of running that line for the rest of the race, just backing up my braking zones. I was just changing the way I drive, so I'm not going to go out there and hunt for him, but if I'm around him, I'm just going to race him super hard.
Understood. Who do you want to thank? Who do you want to shout out for third place here in New Hampshire?
I got to give a shout out to you guys putting on the show. Huge shout out to my wife, currently playing Minecraft. She's sitting there patiently waiting for the race to get done. She was in here about 50 laps ago, and I was like, hold on, it's almost done. Give a shout out to Brandon for putting up with our stubborn asses week in and week out. I know we can be an absolute pain in the ass. I know tonight kind of tested his patience a little bit. He got a little hot, and rightfully so. There's people driving like complete idiots out there. Got to give a shout out to AWG, Sword Dog, who I'm rocking on the car. Abuzi Raceware, Next Level Racing, Rogue Energy, and that's about it. So on to next week. I don't even know where the hell we're going next week.
Nashville, I think.
Oh, great! Another track I suck at. I hate. I say I hate them, but for some reason I tend to run better at the tracks I hate. I don't get it. I don't like Nashville. I don't like Phoenix. I don't like here.
Maybe it's putting more practice in. You got plenty of time here to run a lot of laps to get to Nashville.
Practice.
No. I know. We talking about practice. Well, Isaac Wilson, third place here today. Congratulations. Sofa News Victory Lane. We'll see you next time here on VSPEED. I want to thank the entire top 3 for speaking with us. But as we say every single week, James, it's about that time to wrap this thing up. Final thoughts, Mystic Racing League, the Slim Chickens Cup Series for the Frontline Fire Protections 201 at New Hampshire. It was a doozy. What were your final thoughts?
It went over 201. It was extremely exciting. Some seriously good racing. Some tempers looking like they might have flared a bit. And it was just a ton of action. My jaw hit the floor multiple times. And I think come Nashville, it's going to remain there.
All right. Well, for everybody who makes this thing possible, all the admins, the Mystic Racing League, including our fearless leader, Brandon Willard, and everyone at VSPEED who makes this thing possible, Dougie Beery for the cameras, James Newton for the commentary here tonight. I've been Morgan Cook. See you next time, right here on VSPEED.